Hey y'all, what shaking? It's your girl, Soul Sister Shelley. Happy Wisdom Wednesday, fam. Hope everybody's doing amazing on this Wisdom Wednesday. Ooh, my eyes look pretty green, don't they now? All right, hey y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all today about accountability. I put up a poll about whether or not I should talk about accountability or acceptance, and accountability won. So apparently either of you want to be more accountable for your life, or you want people to be held accountable. So we'll see where this one goes. I think this is a great topic to discuss after my last live on resilience, because accountability came up when I was talking about resilience and rising from the ashes. To all my little comeback kings and queens out there, hope you all are polishing and shining your crown today. Because I think in order to be resilient, you have to take accountability for your life. All right? I wanted to start with a quote that I found really insightful from Tim Tebow. He actually, it was just on LinkedIn today, and I even commented on it, and I was like, thanks Tim Tebow for that, because it absolutely resonated with my topic. And what he had posted, for those of you who don't know who Tim Tebow is, if you don't, football player and a motivational speaker and an all-around good human being, okay? He knows a thing or two. But what he said on, what he said on LinkedIn was, facing excuses head on strips them of their power. By confronting the reasons we hold back, we take control and make way for growth and success. Challenge your excuses, and you'll discover the strength to move forward and achieve your goals. Okay, listen, has anybody heard about excuses? Excuses are like, you know what? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on Facebook. Excuses are like a-holes. Everybody's got one and they all stink. So in order to be resilient and rise from the ashes and come back from any situation in your life, fam, I'm here to tell you, and I've been so guilty of this, and until I started taking accountability for my life, there was no way that I could be resilient. I have had to do this in my own life, and I've had so many people that I've dealt with personally that absolutely refuse to take accountability or responsibility for their actions. And that is just staying in a victim mentality. So on this live today, I'm going to talk to you all about some ways that we can take accountability. And not only ways more that we can take accountability, but I want to make reference to the fact that you cannot force people to take accountability. It is so frustrating, especially when you care about somebody and you see their potential, but they just refuse to see it themselves. It's just like the whole adage, oh, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? And if people can't recognize where they need to change, you can't help them recognize. You can try to help them, but you can't make them take accountability. And I've had to walk away from people in my life on so many times where I'm like, well, if you won't take accountability for it, I can't let you in my energy. I'm just sorry. I just can't. Because at the end of the day, for ourselves and for others, the bottom line is your life is what you make of it. All right? If you don't put forth the effort to make it better, chances are it's not going to get better. I mean, I say all the time, too, you're responsible. If you want to live an abundant life full of peace, love, and joy, fam, you are in control of your happiness to a certain degree. But at the end, the bottom line is that unless you are doing things to change your life, to live a life full of peace, love, and joy, or to be happy, you can't you see, hear it all the time, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. So you can't depend on other people for your happiness. Everything you need is already within you to begin with. And if you're trying to put that off, thank you for the love. If you're trying to put that off on somebody else, you're making a huge mistake. And I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just speaking truth, because that's what I do. I speak truth. Like, if you're ever saying things like, if they didn't do this, then I would be happy. You got it twisted. You have it twisted because you cannot control somebody else's behavior or their actions. And if you're expecting someone else to change or somebody else to do something to make you happy, this message is for you. I just have to say it. I don't want to trigger anyone. I never do. But I'm telling you right now that if that is your MO, then it's going to be a twice, 10 times as long as an uphill battle because your life is what you make of it. So here are some tips that I want to give you in terms of taking accountability. I wrote down a 4+ a pro tip in my notes. The teacher got some notes. So anyway, number 1, recognize how you treat people. All right. And you can recognize how you treat people at work, recognize how you treat your family, recognize how you treat people in a grocery store line or just even on the street, because you get out of life what you put into life, and what you put out into the world is what you get back. Whether you believe that or not, your whole life is a manifestation of what you're going out there and putting out. That's what you're going to mirror back to you. So for example, hi Chris, for example, this isn't to toot my own horn, but beep, beep. I smile at everyone. It's to the point that it can get annoying with some people. People will ask me, are you always smiling? Yeah, I am. A lot of the time, especially now with everything I've been through, I have all the reason in the world to be smiling. All the reason in the world. And sometimes a smile can change the complete trajectory of someone's life. Just smiling at them in that moment, at that day when they're at an extremely low point, and you just say, hey, hi, not how you doing, what's going on with you? It can be a complete stranger. And I'm always like, hi. And it's genuine and it's real. Well, guess what? When I'm having a rough day or something difficult is happening with me, I just come across somebody that smiles at me. I'm like, well, that was nice. That was nice, because I could feel so down and out in the moment, and someone just smiles at me, and I'm like, that was really sweet that they smile. It lifted my spirits. I mean, a smile is a universal language. Doesn't matter where in the world you go, okay? If somebody smiles, obviously they're happy. Obviously they're expressing some kind of joy and kind of a good feeling. So it's just like on this whole big rock that we live on, fam, we all bleed red. Doesn't matter where you go, when you smile, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, and it's scientifically proven that it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. So turn the frown upside down, fam. And one way you can take accountability for your life and the happiness in your life is recognizing how you treat people. It sounds like a very, like, wait, what? Yeah, because the way you treat people is going to reflect how people treat you. Start recognizing how you treat people on a regular basis. Not only is it going to be taking accountability for your peace, love, and joy, but it's going to make the world a better place. Okay. So go out there and recognize how you treat people. Next one. The smallest thing can brighten up your day. Now, my mother and I'm down in Alabama, and my mother and I were just discussing this, but listen, the more that you recognize the smaller things in your life or anything in your life that's good, the attitude of gratitude, is the more that you're going to get. Things like that we were talking about that will make us happy. If I get a parking spot that's close to the door, especially when it's freezing cold like it is or has been lately, if I get a parking spot that's close, like rockstar parking, that's exactly actually what I say. I'm like, yes, rockstar parking. That's a small thing. I wrote down some other things like, when my mail comes on time. If you're ever expecting something in the mail and your mail comes on time, you're like, yes, the mail's on time. Yesterday, I didn't want to go out in the cold to move my car, but the fact that I could walk out there and do it, and the fact that I had a car to move. There have been times in my life where I didn't have a vehicle, okay? So it's the little things, saying like, at least I can walk. I don't want to walk out there in the cold, but at least I'm able to walk. I was in a boot for over a year, 18 months to be exact. I had pins in my foot. You know what I would have given to be able to just get up the steps at that point in my life? Because I would go, I put one knee on a step and I'd use my knee to hop up the steps with my boot dragging behind me. And I was wearing a boot out in the, a boot, you know what I'm talking about, like the orthopedic boot. So once I got that boot off me, I was wearing a boot when I was out in the summer and sweaty and at work, and Ugh. Yeah. The fact that I can walk makes me really, really happy. So if you want to take accountability for some happiness in your life, you need to start recognizing the smaller things, because unless you're grateful in the little things, you're not going to be able to appreciate the bigger things. You really don't get them. I mean, in the Bible, it says that, too much is given, much is required. So you have to appreciate the little things. That's how you take accountability for your future and your happiness, and not dependent on anybody else to give those things to you. Oh my gosh, this one hits home with me. The next one, number 3, y'all. Reconnect with old friends. And I say this because I know in times in my life where I've been struggling and I've been depressed, miserable, going through stuff. I don't know about y'all, but if you're anything like me, I disconnect. That is the worst time to disconnect. I tend to avoid people when I am going through stuff. One, I don't want them to see it. I know sometimes when I wasn't living my life to the best of my ability, I didn't want them to recognize it, because taking accountability for your life often has to do with having accountability partners. So if you have good friends in your life, good family members, people that genuinely, truly care about you, you need to reconnect with them, because they're going to hold you accountable. Hold you accountable, make sure you're all right, ask you how your day has been, what's going on with you, talk to me, how can I help, things like that. So I have been super, that is probably the biggest thing that I've had to overcome. That is I retreat. I go into hermit mode. I am genuinely a majority of the time a very, very happy person. So I feel like I can't let anybody see me sad. I can't let anyone see me struggling. And once I overcame that, and taking accountability for my life is like letting people know that I'm not doing okay, that I do need some help, or that I do need somebody to check on me. It's so nice to just know, like, you can say, I don't really feel like talking right now, but thank you for reaching out and checking on me. That's just so important, because it just puts that little bit of nugget into your soul that you're like, there are people out there that care about me, and I'm not alone. And then the last thing that I wrote down, and this one may really, throw the dough cards on that one, Soul Sister Shelley. The teach says, don't blame others. I mean, isn't that the epitome of taking accountability? I seriously have to work on my level of compassion. I do believe I have a big, huge level of compassion, but I don't have, I don't blame other people. The reason that I can say I am a rising phoenix is that no matter what has happened in my life, I've never been a person that it says is somebody else's fault. And I guess the reason that this is kind of a trigger for me, and I'm being authentic with you all, is because so many people throughout my life people project onto you who they are and what they are. And I've had a lot of projection put on. There's been a lot of projection in my life that people get in certain situations and they want to point the finger at you, or we get in certain situations and we want to point the finger at other people. Well, if my childhood was different, if they wouldn't have fired me, or if I wouldn't have gotten cheated on, I wouldn't be so jaded. No, there's absolutely no reason to do that. Taking accountability for your life and your peace and your love and your joy is not blaming other people. You got to keep reminding yourself, if you all have never heard this, that it is happening for you, not to you. Let me repeat that. Everything is happening for you, not to you. And let me just even use it as like in a sentence. I can't believe this is happening to me. As opposed to, I can't believe this is happening for me. Or if you even say, like, I can't believe this is happening for me. Like if it's something good in your life. But if it's something that is challenging or character building, and you start saying things like, can't believe this is happening for me. A heartbreak, a loss of a job, a health issue. Can't believe this is happening for me. Like, how is this going to make me strong? I can't believe this is happening for me. To build me up, to make me stronger, to build that muscle of resilience, okay? I'm going to take accountability for it. This is happening for me. It's not happening to me. I can't believe they did that to me. I can't believe they did that for me. I can't believe, it's like when the, it's like when the trash takes itself out. are you? You know, when you get some people out of your life that maybe aren't in your best interest, and it's sad when you lose these people, right? And or they leave you. Say they leave you, or they betray you, or they abandon you, or they lie, they cheat, they steal. Okay, and we are so prone to just retreat to saying or revert to saying, I can't believe they did that to me. That's victim mentality, fam. We don't do that. Phoenixes don't do that. You are not a comeback king or queen. It's hard to become a comeback king or queen when you're saying, can't believe they did that to me. Nah, fam, that's not how we roll. I can't believe they did that for me. It was like the trash taking itself out. Write that one down. That's a cute one. I can't believe they did that for me. The trash just took itself out. Just grew some legs and walked right outside. Set itself on the curb so it can get picked up and taken away. Yeah, so start changing that. It didn't happen to you. It happened for you. Bottom line is, your life is your responsibility. What happens to you is within your control, within reason. So all you trolls that want to say something about, like, I couldn't control that. Well, trust and believe. I understand some things can't be controlled. I said that in my last live. I'm not a hypocrite. I know what I say because I speak truth. When you speak the truth, you don't have to, defend it. It's like a lion. Like I said, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it out. So yes, there are certain things that happen, in the world and in our lives, in circumstances and natural disasters and so on and so forth that we absolutely cannot control. So I get that, but how you respond to it is within your control. So your life is your responsibility. So your happiness, you really are in control of it, because if you take accountability for how you could have done things differently. Who did I hear talk about this? Maybe Eddie Pinero at one point. He was talking about, if an asteroid hit the United States of America, he could say, and something happened to his wife or his kids and his family. No, it wasn't him. It was I need to quote it right because, Eddie Pinero is absolutely. It's Tim Bilyeu. Tim Bilyeu said it, and on one of his Fearless Motivation. One of the tracks on Fearless Motivation. Anyways, he talks about, if an asteroid or something or a comet hit the United States and something happened to his wife and kids, could he say, yes, I couldn't have done anything about that. But, taking accountability. Now, this is an extreme example, but it's very profound. He said, did he ever give money to, NASA research? Did he ever do this? Did he ever do that? Were there things that he could have done? Could he have prevented the asteroid from hitting? No. But could he have done something to contributed to the studies of that? Like I said, very extreme example, but how you get out of that victim mentality is what could I have done? And what will I do in the future differently? Like I said on my live about resilience. So, at the end of the day, you have to just make good choices. Make ones that better serve you. Make ones that better serve you. Figure out where you went wrong and what you could do differently and how you can make small steps. Small steps, like being grateful. Like I said, being grateful for the little things in life. The smallest thing. Recognize how you treat people. Be grateful for the smallest things. Reconnect with old friends or people that will hold you accountable so that you have a higher level of accountability in your life. People that are looking out for you. Don't avoid them. Don't avoid just people, but don't avoid the issue. Don't avoid the issue. You are not going to be resilient and come back if you refuse to accept the fact that you got a problem or that things could have been done differently. Just like Mr. Tim Tebow said, facing excuses head on strips them of their power. Stop making excuses. I feel like I'm preaching now, but to teach, sometimes I got to preach. Stop making excuses. By confronting the reasons we hold back, he said, we take control and make room for growth and success. Challenge your excuses, and you'll discover the strength to move forward and achieve your goals. So, my pro tip on this is just, you want to start small and you want something that can be very practical, and I can leave you with on this live is just start small. Just start small by adding one small activity. Like, say you want to get in better health. This is a personal example for me, or I wanted to get in better shape. 2 things that I added, 2 small things. I'm going to start drinking a smoothie every day. And I do. Now I drink a smoothie every day. Okay. That didn't take a whole lot of effort or a whole lot of time or a whole lot of like a financial investment, like joining a gym or something. I just said, I'm going to eat a smoothie every day. I'm going to have bananas, strawberries, and blueberries in it. And I'm going to get some protein powder and I'm going to have a smoothie every day. I'll start right there. Maybe you just go outside and get fresh air every single day. Or the other thing that I did was I'm going to start going to bed before midnight. I am a night owl. I actually don't even really get going till like 4 or 5 o'clock. Always have been since I was a little girl. So it's like 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning when I want to finally finish going, just doing. And so I started telling myself like a month ago, probably about 6 weeks ago, it was after Thanksgiving. I'm like, I'm going to start going to bed by midnight. This little Cinderella's going to turn in, her little carriage is going to turn into a pumpkin. And that carriage is the carriage that's going to take me out of this negative headspace that's not getting me anywhere fast. And one thing that I need to do is start getting more rest, because if you don't get rest, you don't think clearly. You don't eat good. You don't have the energy to keep on going. I'm going to have a smoothie every day and I'm going to bed by midnight. So my carriage doesn't turn into pumpkin, because I need to get on out of this headspace. I don't like this. I don't like it. I'm going to do something about it. Taking accountability is how you build resilience. And that's how you rise from the ashes. When you're in a bad place or somebody's done you wrong and you can't sit there and blame anybody else and start pointing fingers. No, you're responsible for your own happiness. If you don't like what I have to say, well, then I guess you just don't like it. This is really like, here's the last thing I'll say with my jokes. I just sent this to my bestie. I said, I would rather paint a house with a Q-tip. Or I will paint a house with a Q-tip before I care why you're not talking to me anymore. Or before I worry. I will paint a house with a Q-tip before I worry about why you're not talking to me anymore. Not because I'm heartless. Just because I know who I am. I know where I came from and I know where I'm going. So if you got a problem with me, it sounds like it's a you problem. Ooh, I said it. So I hope that helps somebody. Look. Anytime anymore I get on these lives, you all see how hot I get. I get hot because I'm that passionate about it. I'm not passionate about not calling people out. I mean, maybe to a certain degree, just so that you can live a better life. But I'm passionate about you all living an abundant life full of peace, love, and joy. And I'm passionate about giving you ways to get there. And building resilience is a way to get there. But one way to build resilience, y'all, is to take accountability and to not depend on anybody else for your happiness. All right? I hope that helped. Anyway. All right. Well, happy Wisdom Wednesday, fam. Happy Wisdom Wednesday from the Teach. I don't even have a hair tie. I don't think. I hope everybody, oh yeah, I do. Hope everybody is having a fabulous day wherever in the world you are. At whatever time of day you are watching this, make sure that if you're not following me, you follow. Hit it, set it for notifications. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Melvin. Thanks, Melvin. Hey, Uma. Uma, you know I'm in the hood, girl. I think I'll be here till Sunday. If you have any free time, holla at your girl. I don't think I'm going to stray far from Mama, but if you want to come this way, sister, you know where to find me. Aw. If that was you, Uma, I love you too. Mwah. All right, I love all y'all. I really, truly do. I love you because you bleed red and you're human. And I want you all to live an abundant life. And an abundant life, as far as I'm concerned, is one that's full of peace, love, and joy, right? So, you know what I'm going to do, y'all. This is what I'm going to do. Ooh, I'm going to send y'all good vibes. Lots and lots of good vibes. Peace, love, and joy. Smooches. Peace.